Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do my May wrap up. So I have read 16 books this month and I reached 106 books this year, so that's very exciting. My first goal was 100 books, so I reached that and I put it up to 200. I should make it. Last year I read around 350 books, but I don't really want to push myself because this was my end exam year and I was supposed to start my HBO this year also. It's not going to happen, so I probably will reach the 200 goal. So first off, I listened to Joyce's Voice by Louisa May Alcott. It's the third one in the series. For me, it's a 3 stars. I didn't really like it as much as the rest of the series. I love Little Women and Little Men. I just thought Joyce's Voice was boring. I didn't really care that much about the characters. I wasn't really interested in what they were going through. Just wasn't really feeling it, so that's sad because I love the other two. I just don't like these two, and I'm so sad because I really I wish that I enjoyed it much more. Okay, so the second book I read this month is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I gave this one a 3.5 stars. It's about 18-year-old Selena Stradatian who joins a competition and so that she can be the King's Champion. This was very different than what I expected. I don't know, I haven't really heard anyone talk about the synopsis of the series, and I just was expecting a lot of different things, like not this. I wasn't expecting this, and I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I'm continuing with the rest of the series. It's an easy read. I liked Selena a lot. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but I really like Selena. She is just really good person. Like, not a good person, but I love her love of books, like just amazing, and I've never heard anyone talk about that before, but I love that. I think she's in this book we didn't really see her as an assassin, which she is, and I just thought Selena was very different. She was talking about how she was an assassin, but we weren't seeing it, and that's what just kind of mixed feelings on. The story was okay. It wasn't anything special, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, third book I read, I read this one on ebook. It's Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I gave it 3.5 stars and I like it, but what I have with Cassandra Clare's over this series is like the middle is really dragging for me. I like the beginning and I like the ending, and the middle is just dragging. I haven't the energy or I don't really care to pick up the book, and that's just sad because I really like this series, the first one. I am continuing with the rest of the world because I want to. She's very popular. I really love the characters. It's one thing I really love Dessa and Jem and Will, and is it the second book? I think the way Will developed is just really done well. It's just done well, and I think she writes really well. She's a good writer, Cassandra Clare. Okay, next book I read or listened to on the audiobook, but I have a physical, is Magnified Amber by Diana Gabaldon, my favorite series of all time. I am, like, same with Harry Potter, trying to read at least one book of this month. It's my fourth time rereading this. It's so bad, and I started them beginning last year, so I just love this series. It's my favorite series of all time. I don't know what I could do without them. I listen to them mainly on audiobook because I have the I forgot, like these stupid little paperback books. Like they're too little, and you have to like do this, and the font is so small, which gives me headaches. And like I do enjoy the series a lot more in audiobook because it doesn't give me headaches. I give this one a 4.5 stars. This is the least favorite book in a series, but I also love it so much because they're in France here, and like I don't care about France, I just don't. I think the first one is my favorite, and then like the last 4, and like I just love them. This is a series I can't go without. Jamie Fraser and Claire, they're just amazing. Okay, so what is this about? The first book, Outlander, is about Claire Beecham. Claire, and she's from 1946-7, and she goes to Scotland and she travels back in time, and there she meets Jamie Fraser, the love of my life. I love Jamie Fraser, and they meet and they fall in love, and it's just amazing. Everyone needs to read this. I love this series. I love it. I love it so much. You just all need to read it. Maybe wait, like once I finish the series again, or oh no, guys, let me know if you want to do a reread with me. Then I will just start again, and then we can like reread a book a month. If you want to do it, that would be really exciting, and just let me know if you want to, because it would just make me happy a lot. Make me happy. Just okay. Next book I read is Our Child of the Stars by Stephen Cox. I gave this 3 stars. I don't know. First, when I bought this like at Christmas, around Christmas, at my favorite bookstore that's not near me. That's so sad. I thought it was a adult contemporary kind of. I thought that they were going to adopt a child and get their relationship fixed or something, but no, they steal an alien. They don't not really kidnap him, but they like hide the alien. So it's like more like a mystery sci-fi kind of thing, and I liked Stephen Cox's writing style, but it was also the story wasn't really that interesting. It's a lot of it was just really them living together and figuring out how, but I think I love it the way he writes, but I don't think the way he writes was helping this story. I think he should have written something else. I don't know. The storyline and his beautiful writing style just didn't mix really well, so that's sad. What else? It started really good. I think I liked it less and less and less because it just kept dragging on, which is sad. And it's like the only story he read, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. Don't go falling on me. Okay. Next book I listened to, it's Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. I finally finished the series. I like started it last year and I never continued, and I finished it this month. I think the third book and the last book in the series is the best one. I think it kept me interested enough. I gave it a 4 stars. again, the middle dragged for me. The middle wasn't really interesting, but I think the audiobooks helped me like the story more, so I will probably listen to the rest of the series from Cassandra Clare on audiobook. I just think that's the best way to go for me. And that's really all I have to say. I really, really, really liked the ending on that one. It was really interesting. I thought like that was just, I really liked it. I don't know if other people liked that ending, but I did really like it. It was really unexpected. There goes my English again. Okay. What? Oh. Okay, next I read my first NetGalley arc, which is like, yay! I got NetGalley. Connor, like, again, what did she do to me? First one I read is Who Wants to Marry the Duke by Sabrina Jeffries. Again, this is resource for me. I like the romance, but like there is like a thriller romance, historical romance. It's like just like three genres in one, and I think the book, like the romance was good, the historical factors were good, but I think the mystery aspect was really just not done well. And like the way I like my historical romances is that like the mystery or the plot is just finished in one book, and it wasn't what this was. It's the third book in the series, and normally your historical romances you can just jump in whenever you want. Or at least I do that. And it was really confusing to do that with this one, and I don't really have interest in going back and read the first book and the second book in the series. I thought it was good. It's nothing special. I didn't like the mystery. The romance was fun. I really liked the romance in it, and that's like all. What the book is about. I'm really bad at explaining that. These dukes have brothers. They're looking for their dad's murderers, and like you have Marlowe, Duke of Thornstock, which is one of the like romances in there. And then you have bookish Miss Olivia. She's a chemist, and she she helps them figure out if their fathers were murdered or not and things like that. It just, I don't know. I have really mixed feelings on this one. Next book I read, which like I'm so glad I finally read, and that's The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. I have the second book on my TBR, which probably going to get to in June because next month is packed. And the third one is coming because, oh my god. I gave this 4.5 stars. First 100 pages, I had a really hard time getting into it. And that's sad, but I think it is because I was in kind of a reading slump this month. I didn't really feel like reading for a week, which was sad. And then I picked this up. Yay, I finally read it, and I am loving it. I love this series. It takes a lot out of me because I think the writing style isn't the easiest, but I really love him. I love Locke, and this story is about it's Locke Lamora, and it's on the island of Camorra, and this group where Locke is the boss of, they are the gentleman bastards, and they present themselves as petty thieves, but they aren't. They just really like stealing, and they steal a lot of money, and it's about like Kappa Pervasavi, which is like the boss of the bosses, and a heist, and I just really liked it. That ending, one thing I have to say, Scott Lynch is not afraid to kill his people off. And I just cried. I cried. It's just no. I love the characters. Like, he writes such amazing characters and then he kills them off. Why? Why would he do such a thing? It's just, that's also why I'm scared to go into next, because I don't want more characters killed off. Like I have a week and a half for Lies of Locke, Lamora, or Rest Season or Rest Skies, but it's like a long book and I want to take my time on that. We'll see. We'll see if I'm going to pick it up or not. We'll see. Next, I read this on audiobook, but I of course have the physical ones, and that's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. 5 stars. I don't know what I have to say. This series is just amazing. It's more amazing. And I'm excited. It's like the first time listening to the audiobooks of this series, and I really like the narrator. I like what I did for this reread. I read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in my illustrated edition, and I listened to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on audiobook, and I didn't really like it at that. But this third and fourth one were really amazing, and they're the audiobooks from Stephen Fry, and like I love them. I love them so much. I love these copies too. Like, oh my god, I love Harry Potter. This Harry Potter and Outlander I couldn't do without. I couldn't. Okay, next I listened to the audiobook of The Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe, and it was by C.G. Lewis, and it was 3 stars. I really liked it, but it just, I think it's too short, and like, I know I need to continue with the rest of the series, but I'm not doing it, and I don't know why, but we'll see when I do that. I liked it. It wasn't anything special. I don't know. Okay. Next one, I also listened to Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I loved Divergent. It was a 4 stars for me, and I just love the characters. And what I liked is like displayed that they're really teenagers in a movie that isn't really displayed, and I loved that in the books, because they are teenagers and they behave as teenagers, and I really like that. And I really liked the storyline, the plot. I loved characters. I loved Four, and I loved Triss, and I loved the way I just loved it, but it wasn't really there, you know. It didn't give me the 5-star feeling, which was sad, but I will continue the rest of the series, hopefully. Oh my god, I'm so bad at it. On audiobook. On physical, I can't really do that well. Like, I can just pick up the rest of the series and I will. But in audiobook form or ebook form, I'm really bad at it. Okay, next I read Crown. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh, my Harry Potter book! Wait! Oh no! I broke my Harry Potter book! What did I do? Oh my god. Okay, moving on. Next I read Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I really like this too. I like this more than the first one. I like the plot more. I like the way Selena was portrayed more, because now she was really herself again. Like, she has 2 sides of herself, and in this one both sides were presented, and you could really get to know Selena better. And I liked the romance. A lot of people say that it's like oh my god, I'm forgetting all my words. And love triangle, but I don't think it is. Maybe in the later books, but I don't know. I don't think it is. But out of my feelings, I like this. I'm really glad I read this. I was scared to go into this, but I really like this more, and now I'm really excited to the rest of the series, and like we will see when I get to them. I don't know. I truly don't know, because next one is a bag full, and I just like, yay. Okay. Next, I listened to the audiobook of The Memory of Things by Gaia Polishner. I give it 3 stars. It's a book about 911, and this boy, Kyle Donahue, he was at school at the time. He was 17, and on his way of going home, like through a mass of people, he finds this girl with wings, and yeah, she's his age, around that, and she doesn't remember anything. She doesn't remember who she is or where she came from, so she has an amnesia, and he takes her home and he takes care of her, and he's waiting on his dad, because his dad is a policeman, I think, or a fireman. I don't know, one or either. So he's at 911, and his mother and sister, they were supposed to be flying home on that day. So like he's all alone with his uncle, and he's taking care of this girl. And like what I didn't like, I like the plot, but I felt like instant love, which I did not like. It didn't need to be a love story. I thought that was just, I don't know, it wasn't really needed, and I thought the ending could have been better. But I wasn't even born when 9/11 happened, and like I want to know more. So if you guys can recommend me books that are about 9/11, so I can educate myself more on this thing, or if you have books that happen to big things that happen and you think are important that people know more about, like wars, like we Europeans haven't learned about at school, or things like that. If you have, yeah, you should just recommend me that, because I'm always interested to learn more about what happens in this world, and books about different perspectives. So please recommend me some of those good books, please. I would really like that. Next, I read The Hunger Games, an audiobook by Susan Collins. This is the Dutch edition, which like I'm sad about, because I don't want to read them in Dutch, because I don't like Dutch. But it's like, I really like these pages. Like dit is the Hongerspelen and the Hunger Games. It's just like the same, and I love the Hunger Games. 5 stars. I just loved it. I loved Katniss, and I was like crying, and oh my god, I was crying when it happened with Ro. I just was crying almost, and I love this, and I am, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm finally really reading this. I didn't want to at first. I don't know why, and I didn't really want to read Songbirds of Snakes. What's it? Like about snow, I forgot the name. But wait, I want to finish rereading this series on audiobook and then continue in that one. So 5 stars, amazing. I love her. Oh my god, it's just amazing. Next, I read my second NetGalley arc of this month. It's The Healer's Legacy by M. McKinnon, and it's a 4 stars for me. I loved this story. I just finished it this morning, and it was amazing. I thought at first it was a historical romance, but it wasn't. It was like a romance, mystery romance, and it was like with ghosts in it, and it's about this woman, Bridget, who in 1918, after in the First World War, she's a nurse and she falls in love with this man who is in her hospital because he got hurt in the war, and they fall in love, and then that man is murdered and she is after that murder too, and in present day they kind of figure out what happened, and because like ghost is still haunting there, and like I really liked it. I like Colleen. Colleen is in like the 1918 and it's 2018, and Bridget is from 1918. But I was confused at first. I was like mixing up two characters because I just didn't feel like I got a good explanation of who they were, and but once I figured that out, I loved it. I loved the romance, and I just really liked it. I really recommend this. It's like the third series, but I haven't read it first two, but oh my god, this was good, and it can stand alone very well. I love this. And at last, which I haven't truly finished yet, but I'm filming this on the 31st or 30th, like the last day of May. I'm definitely going to finish the audiobook of Catching Fire today, so like it belongs here. So Catching Fire by Susan Collins, I'm giving it 4.5 stars right now. It can go up, it can go down, but we'll see. I'm loving this so far too. I thought like the beginning was a little bit of dragging, like it could have been shortened up, but also not. But I'm really excited what's going to happen. I mean, like I finally met Finnick, and like, oh my god, one of my favorite characters is Finnick, and like I'm so excited to see more Finnick. Like, oh my god. You see, I'm really excited for this series. I think I'm going to have a break before I go into the last one, because I want to read I think it's a non-fiction, because I want to educate myself more in the Black Lives Matter and like what they are going through, because I can't know what they are going through. I haven't been going through it at all. I don't go through it, and I want to educate myself in that, and I don't know, I just want to help, and I feel like I don't know how exactly. I try to stand up as much as possible, but I find it hard to stand up for myself, so sometimes it's just really hard for me. But I will try my best, and I really think educating myself in that is going to help. So like, also if you have any recommendations for that, like for non-fictions or fictions that can help me like educate myself in that, please do, because here in the Netherlands there is racism, but where I live it's not really like we have very different nationalities, but most of the different nationalities live in Rotterdam or Amsterdam, like these big cities, and where I live it isn't a big city, and so like sadly we don't have that many people of different colors, and I haven't really seen much racism with my own eyes, and so I don't really know much of it, and I just want to know more, and I want, because like I accept everyone. I've always accepted everyone. My mom raised me to accept everyone. I just always thought it was weird, and just really weird, and I am so sorry you all are going through this. I'm so sorry this all is happening in America, and I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there on the streets supporting you all, but sadly I can't. So, okay, that was a little rant. Okay, this was my video. I really hope you liked this, and if you did, please subscribe and click that little bell button down below. And I hope to see you next time.